Hey Rita,
Hi.
how are you doing?
Good, good. And yourself?
I'm good. So I'm looking through my messages on my phone. I have people ask me sometimes, like, tell me about the mega parties. Well, I don't want to tell every person individually. So I
Yeah.
invite them to Zooms and then they don't show up. Don't you love that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, I'll do an informational about it and I'll invite you, and then they don't show up. I'm trying to see who the last person that asked me about it was. I think it was Ginger Hill. And I've messaged her twice. But the good thing about it is it will be recorded.
Oh, good.
And this time it's actually going to stay because
Are you on your computer?
my iPad didn't, it just let me down.
I still haven't gotten it down either. Yeah, I haven't tried the Zoom. I've done it I know I've recorded on my computer, but I've never tried it on the iPad. And then somebody was asking about recording my what I do on the iPad. So like if you're trying to teach somebody how to do something, like where to click and all that good stuff, there's a way to screenshot it or something. And yeah, yeah, I had to Google it to help this person out. I was like, well, let's do this. Because they were able to record, but the audio didn't. So then there was like some option. So yeah, good old Google.
Let's see if anybody else will get on here with us.
Okay.
I did this training by myself. Um, I guess it's been about 7 weeks ago, and I was the only one on there. So thank you for being on here. And you too, Carla. Carla, can you hear us?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's good timing because yeah, I felt like after because I just recently joined. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and then trying to do the mega party and like, hey, what do I have to do? That's the thing that just kind
Yeah.
of winging it until like I was like, just do it. Like I'll just do it. Let's get as many people as I can and all that
How
good
did it
stuff.
work out?
It's good. I mean, I just need to close out. I'm trying to motivate my host, which is my older sister and my mom, are on there. To like, hey, you just need one more person, you can get free shipping, that kind of stuff. It's not mega stuff, but also, like I said, it was like last minute, so I'm just trying to like, I'm like, hey, would you do this for me? And they're like, what do I have to do? And I was like, I'll just tell you what I know.
Well, we are 3 minutes in, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I wrote out about 2 pages, and I'll try to go kind of slow. And after I get through with like a little section, I'll say, did that make sense or whatever? Okay. Carla, you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Carla, I would love to see your face. Is it that bad, girl?
No.
Let us see you, please. I don't even think I know that I've ever seen you. Okay. It's okay if you don't want to. Oh, there she is. Hey,
Yeah.
Carla.
Hi.
Do you guys know one another?
No.
No.
No. Okay. So, Carla, this is Rita. Rita Carla. So glad to have you guys on here.
Thank you.
So, mega party training. Um, Let me tell you how this happened, first of all, in my life. I can't share everybody else's story. But when COVID hit, I was pretty much doing all in home parties, and I did not like to do Facebook parties. Matter of fact, if
Hmm.
somebody said, could I do a virtual party? I would be like, we can, but they don't do well. And so I'd kind of try to talk them out of it. And the ones I did have pretty much stunk. I had one party over all the years, and it was like amazing. But it was because my hostess really, like, she was super excited and loved it all. So she just basically did a whole bunch of, oh, let me show you this. And she did live videos and all this stuff. So when COVID hit, I was like, okay. So I've always wondered when Norwex was going to peter out, and this is probably it. This is probably the end of my business. Woe is me. I've worked so hard to get where I am, but it's probably over. And that was one day. And then that night I was like, this cannot be over. Like, I need this income. I like doing this. And so I started thinking about the people that totally only did Facebook. And there's several of them. And they rock. Like their sales are crazy. And they sit at home with their babies. Most of them have young kids. And they never pack their car and leave their home. And I never could really understand. And I had tried before to figure out what they did. But this time it was like desperate. So I contacted 3 different ladies that I know like that, and I like asked for a 30-minute phone call time. Can I call you? I need about 30 minutes. And they're, some of them are like, no, I'm too busy. I'm running my own team. I'm very sorry. You're welcome to, watch something I've done or something like that. But 3 people actually talked to me. Hey, Kathy Smith. So they explained to me what they did, and they shared a lot of their stuff with me. And so I put it together, and I started doing multi-host parties just for me. Single Facebook parties are hard because you've got one host with her, handful of guests. There's not a lot of interaction, and it's so I started grouping 3 or 4 people together. And at first I thought they're going to hate that, and they're going to be like, oh, I wanted it to be just my party. But they really didn't know any different. And so they went with it. And there was a lot of interaction, and it was working. And I was like, thank you, Jesus, my business is not over. Well, then I started seeing that people were doing it not only with multi-host, but they were doing it with multi-consultants. And I was like, oh, well, there's a good idea, because I had several people on my team that were like Facebook almost scares them to do lives. They didn't know how to set up everything that was involved. So I offered it to the team. When I did that, I did a small little training, but I had nobody attend. And I think my friend Sue Moore, who's from Texas, and has really, really helped me. She said they're not going to attend the first one. They don't even know what you're doing. They're going to look at your invite, and they're not going to be there. And when nobody showed up, I was like, oh my God, she's right. Because she's walked this walk. And she said, after I did the first couple ones and I started posting what our sales were and how many bookings we got and how many consultants were in there, people then wanted to know about it. So what you're going to have to do is individually contact consultants and say, do this with me, and then send them back to the training. I said, okay, I can do that. So what we do is the party, actually, like I call the start of the party the live. Okay, so that's on Thursday nights at 7. I'm going to try to be very consistent. It will be on Thursday nights at 7. So everybody knows I'm not switching it all around like, oh, this week Tuesday works best for me and next week Monday works best. Thursday at 7. Some of the posts will start, I think it's Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember one, but it's basically just, hey, if you were invited to this party, it's because you 1, 2, or 3. There's 3 little things it says, and it just tells them to change their notifications so they see all the notifications. So there's not a lot of informational posts that day. I think Wednesday we do start having some informational posts, and then Thursday is like the Safe Haven 5 is killing it in there. And then I do the live, and then Friday is pretty heavy too. Friday, and then Saturday they shop. Sunday is a very quiet day. I don't do a lot of posting in there. I go to church. I hope others are in church. Even if they're not, it's a day of rest. And then Monday, there's some posts about closing, because I try to close them on Mondays. Now, let me just tell you ladies this. If you can't get yours closed on Monday, that is not a hard or fast rule. And if I have a host that says, oh, I really don't want to close my party until Friday because I have 3 friends that get paid Friday, could we hold it open to Friday? I'm like, heck yeah, we're holding it open to Friday. Everybody enters their order through the party link, and so things are shipped out as they order. Now, if everybody was sitting there waiting for orders to ship, like if I had entered the orders, the only way things can ship is when we close. So does that make any sense to anybody, what I just said?
That last part, that ship, are you talking about like Yeah, because if we were to put in those orders under directly the party, then we'd have to wait for everybody to for it to close before it ships.
That's why I like for everybody to enter their own orders, because we know how it went in. If there's somebody that's like, my grandma can't enter an order, she has no idea even how to she doesn't have a computer, she has no phone, how can we do this? I'll enter it, but make sure you enter it as a customer order.
Right.
From that top bar that says my orders, create an order, customer order. Just in case your host decides not to close on Monday. Okay, and it happens all the time. Let's see. In their notification settings, you want them to follow that. And you want people playing the silly little games and stuff. And you may be like, why do people all have these crazy games? Facebook has algorithms. And if they are not in there commenting or playing games or something, they won't see a lot of stuff, even if they have their notifications set to see all. So encourage people to play the little games, like where you have to put in your birth month, your birth date or whatever, and it says, I clean like a crazy frog or whatever. Y'all saw those? That's why they're in there. It's not that I think those are really funny, because they kind of are, but not really. You know what I mean? They're there for that. I do want to go ahead and tell you guys that in July, we will not have every Thursday. July 2nd, I think, would be a horrible time to have a mega party, because then you got the weekend of the 4th. People are not going to be concentrating on Norwex. So I'm doing the 9th of July, and then I'm skipping the 16th because I'll be on vacation. And then we have the 23rd and the 30th, which I think is fine, because some people only party in mega parties one time a month, and they tell their whole team, July 23rd, we're putting everybody in one party. And they literally are doing it one time a month, and it's still working. I like to give people a little bit more than that, just because what if you're busy that day or whatever. I don't have any hostesses for July 9th, so I'm kind of just going to be doing this for you guys, which is fine. All of mine are on the 23rd or the 30th, and I don't know how that happened. I didn't intentionally have it happen that way, but it just did. If you want to be a consultant and have your host participate in the mega party, there is a deadline for party links and names. So let me talk to you about that real quick. For example, the July 9th party, which is a Thursday, July 9th, I really, really need their first and last name and their party ordering link by the Friday before, which is July 3rd. The reason I do that is because I have a lot of other stuff that I do too. Like I have kids and I have a job. And so if people are all over the place sending me ordering links and names, if I don't have some type of system or deadline, I can really mess things up. And that gives me plenty of time to get them in, let you guys make sure they're correct. And we kind of have ourselves organized before stuff starts going out on Monday. And you really want to have your people, your hostesses, inviting by that Monday anyway. So I think Fridays, that Thursday or Friday before, I really like the Friday before. I really like the Friday before. And that gives me Saturday and Sunday, which are slower days for me. And I like them emailed. And people are like, well, why can't I just text them to you? Because when I'm on my computer, I can copy and move those to Linktree way easier if you email them to me. And my email, I send it to everybody. It's Kim, the letter G, Sandifer@gmail.com. Some people are like, what is Linktree? So let's say that we had 6 hostesses, 6 consultants, which we've had before. And then each one of those have 2 or 3 people under them. So you could end up with like 12 to 15 links, right? And you don't want them all over the page. You want them in one nice, neat little place. And so Linktree is basically that. It is where everybody's links are in one place. I think Ginger's getting on here with us. So I also like to change the post to include all the hostesses' names. Sometimes I only have 150 characters. So sometimes if I put all their names in there, it'll tell me you can't have all their names. So then I try to take their last name out and I just do like Kim G, Rita S, Carla C, like that. But then even sometimes when we've had so many, I've just had to take all that out and just put your host, because I just ran out of room. So it gives me time to know if I can change all that too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And where else do I have to add names? I added on the Visly templates. Oh, in the description, who's in the group, who are our consultants and who are our hostess. So there's three different times that I use those names, and just having them that Friday before gives me time to make sure I've got everything worked out before Monday hits. So it's not that I'm trying to be like, slave master and, I just need it to help me stay organized. And I really have gently asked this, but I think I'm going to ask a little bit more directly in the parties that are coming up. I really need all the consultants in there doing a live. And if you're like, Kim, I just cannot, it makes me so nervous, I think I'm going to vomit, then just pull back and do like some before and after post. You know what I mean? And the reason I like for everybody to do a live, first of all, it lets you get comfortable with it. It gives you a little responsibility to learn. Let's say that you're going to go over the dryer balls. That's all you're going to talk about. It at least lets you train on that, so that one of these days, if you're like, well, dang, Kim's out of town July 16th, and I have a lady that is the only date she gave me, and I really want to do her party that day, you've got a little practice under your belt, if that makes sense. And your host needs to see you in there. She's like, I booked a party off of Rita or Heather or Ginger, but I haven't seen her at all, and always do an introduction post, like a picture of you and your husband and your kids. Hey, I am whoever, and a little bitty blurb about, how you got into Norwex and why you like it. Always introduce yourself. Let's see. Let me refer to my notes real quick. I do one day foresee maybe not doing so many per month. And that is going to help you if you've done some lives on your very own, even if they're 5 minutes. Like I said a minute ago, it's kind of almost like a little training for you. Introduce yourself, a paragraph about who you are and why you love Norwex. I need you in there knowing who your host guests are. And so, like, I get them to send me a list. I'm like, tell me who you invited that has joined. And the way I motivate them to do that is I tell them, once you get 25 people that not only did you invite, but they're actually in the group, you verified that they have joined under the little circle faces, send me their names and I'll do a drawing. And like if I have 4 hostesses, I write their name and then all their 25. And I write her name and all her 25. And that way, when I'm seeing posts in the party, I've at least I saw their name, I wrote it down, and it helps me remember, oh, that's mine. So if somebody's asking a question, I can for sure answer it. Now, if one of your hosts has written something and nobody's answered it, of course I'm going to say something. But I think, Rita, you were the one that saw me kind of refer it back to you. I was like, hey, that's such a great thing that you want to have a party. Who invited you? And then that way I can make sure the correct consultant gets hooked up with that person. You were like, oh yeah, I can help her. That's my mama.
Yeah.
I do some host coaching, like the 25 names. That's something that I coach them to do. If anybody wants the host coaching, I'm going to post the link under this after I post this recording. And so you can see what my hostess coaching is now. Do you have to do it just like I do? You don't. But you'll at least know what I'm doing, and you can use some of it or tweak it or however you want to do it. Y'all probably seen roll call. I like that. That's one more way to get them to interact on that page and hopefully get that algorithm working for them. Prize policies. I give out all the prizes from the games except for 2. The 2 that I'm asking you guys to do is if somebody becomes your booking, I ask you to send them the counter cloth. If you don't have a counter cloth because they're out of stock, which I think they're back now, but you can always say, I can send you a counter cloth when they come back in stock, or I could substitute something else. Now you want to be careful what you substitute, because a counter cloth, when you divide it out, is only like $7. So you don't want to be giving people a, big price, $13 cloth of some sort. You want to keep it small for you. And then if they order the Safe Haven 5, we have a kitchen cloth kind of as a tag on. So those are the 2 things that I do ask you to provide, because first of all, you're getting the booking. Second of all, you're getting that big $99 package or greater package. So you can kind of afford to do that. The other games and things and like the grand prize at the end, I'm glad to ship. I'm glad to take care of those for you guys. Toward the very end, and I forget what day it is. I think it's maybe the Wednesday after the party's actually supposed to close on Monday. I think on that Wednesday or Thursday, I would like for you to put your VIP link, your very important people group. And if you're like, what is she talking about? You should start funneling your customers into a group that you keep all the time so that you can post our specials. You can run little clubs. You can run different things through that. We encourage everybody to have a VIP group. And so you want to tell them, whether you ordered, whether you just watched, whether you're booking, no matter what you are, I would love to invite you to my VIP page. I do educational posts on there. I do customer specials on there. Sometimes we play games on there. I do giveaways on there. And you want to keep that group. Y'all, your VIP group are basically, they are people that will kind of be your following. You will be their Norwex lady, if that makes sense. And you want to house them all in a group. And I usually tell people to turn everybody into that group. We used to say just if they were your hostess or a really good customer. I put everybody in there now. Let's see. So your VIP group, you'll need to say on Wednesday or Thursday, hey, Kim posted her VIP group for everybody that was associated with me. Here's my VIP group. I'd love for you to join. It's a fun place. All those things will be included in there. And some people go live in their VIP group every day. Some people just post in their VIP group every day. Some people are in there 2 to 3 times a week, but you need to be active on that page. Your VIP folks need to see you. I'm kind of hit and miss. There's some weeks where I do something every day, and then there's some weeks where I only do something in there 3 or 4 times. But they love the prizes. Like I have figured out that if you can attach a prize, even if it's 10% off, they love it. I don't know what it is about it, but they love it. They love something like that. And then as Norwex runs specials, I put it in there. And then sometimes I run my own special. Like Earth Day was May 22nd. I gave a 22% discount if you ordered between like 3 in the afternoon and 8 that night, which is huge. People ordered like crazy. And the part of the money that I missed, that 22%, I kept up with it. I kept up with, like, Carla got $14 off, and Ginger got $12 off, and Sunshine got $10 off. And you can count that off on your taxes because it's basically a gift that you're giving. Your welcomes, like welcome to the party and your thank yous. We love for you to thank every person that ordered. And you want to make it really personable. Like I would say, Sunshine Ledbetter, and I tag her name in there. Thank you so much for ordering the body cloths and the detergent. Let me tell you a little bit about the body cloths. And even if they heard it in the live, y'all, people need repetition because it doesn't stick until they've heard it several times. And I'll say the body cloths have silver in them, back lock. They can be used to take your makeup off. They can be used for skin conditions such as eczema, acne, and psoriasis. Poison oak, poison ivy. Take care of them just like we do all our stuff, and I may even write all that out. And then I'll say, and your host, let's just say Rita Sosa, is so glad to have your order, Sunshine. You will love these. I make it real personable, but you want all of those, whether it's a welcome message or a thank you, to go in the announcements. The reason that is if everybody's thanking everybody in the feed, it gets crazy. And when people are going back to like, oh, I saw the body cloth somewhere, I'm going to go back in there and read that one more time, or I'm going to go back in there and look at that video one more time. They can't find it. There's too many welcomes and too many thank yous in the way. So I encourage you, and you'll see me, I'll kind of correct you if you're putting it through the feed, and I'll say, thank you so much for thanking your host and your guests for this, that, and the other, but could we funnel it all through the announcements? That's going to make our page cleaner. Does that make sense to everybody? And that
Yes.
none of this is my idea. So all this is stuff I've learned, but it's working. Reminders are important for the host to send. There is a post during the party that shows them how to send the reminders that Facebook has. Like you can click on who is there and then invited, and it shows you who's all is invited, but they're sitting out there hanging out and they're in preview mode. And you can literally click a button to send a reminder. But I can't do it all because there was one party that there were literally like 120 some people that had joined and about 700 in preview mode. I just can't go through. I just can't do it. So I encourage your host, you need to encourage your host to click those reminder buttons. But I also tell them, I said, people can overlook a reminder on Facebook so fast, it's not funny. You really probably need to text them and say, I sent you a link a few days ago for this Facebook party that I'm having. Here's the link again. I saw that you had previewed it, but I was hoping you would join. Those are super effective. That person feels like she really wants me to see this stuff. So let me check out what it is. I like for them to have most of their inviting done by Monday, just so that they don't miss things and have to like play catch up. But now, could they invite somebody on Thursday, the day of the live? They sure could. But that person's going to have to kind of backtrack or not and just miss a bunch of information that was there. So by Monday is really the best. And I've had people invite people on Friday. They're like, oh, I've been busy and I just didn't get any invitations. Is it too late? And I'm like, well, we had the live last night. You can invite them, but they're going to have to backtrack and try to watch that, or none of this is going to make sense. Because unless you watch the live or really pay attention to posts, you will be like, what is this? You know, people don't understand what it is. Last thing, and then I'm going to open the floor for questions, is our Parties app. There is an app that you can send an email to your host. It is a good app. And what it does is it shows them their sales, their rewards, who has ordered, and it also will let you invite through there. Let me give you a warning. It does not work. The invite button will screw things up for them on Facebook. So you need to tell them, first of all, I'm not sending this to you until Friday, because after the live on Thursday, I really don't want you to use it for inviting. And if I'll hold back and send it to you on Friday, then hopefully that they won't be inviting through there. Second thing is when you send the email, they need to screenshot their login and their password because it's a weird combination of numbers and letters, and they'll never be able to change it to something they can remember. And they're going to need it every single time they log in. But they can see how many people have ordered, what they ordered, how many rewards they've got. And so what used to happen with people would be like, they text me, hey, it's Saturday. I know I had 5 people watch the live, and I know I've had 5 more watch since. How many have ordered? What did they order? What did my sister get? What did my mama get? How many rewards am I having? And it was like, it's too much. And so, which I was doing it, but I'm so glad they got this Parties app to where it's almost 100%. The invite part is still not, it's janky. It doesn't work well. But I send that, and I send a text, and I say, I'm fixing to email you. You're going to get an email for this Parties app. Please don't invite from it, but you can view your rewards and your number of sales and a lot of information on there. But don't invite and always snap a picture of the email that's got your login and password. Now, let's say that they don't snap the picture. There is a way to go back and find it, and you can send it to them again. Sending them a Parties app, I made a video on it. And so I will put the video, there are going to be 2 things I put under here. I'm going to put my host coaching, and I'm going to put that YouTube video that I made of how to find the Parties app, because it's not super easy to find, especially if you don't know what you're looking for. Okie doke, so I'm going to hush. We've got about 8 minutes left. I will see if you guys had any questions.
How do we add something to the announcements? I've never done that before.
How do you add to the, oh, just in a comment. Is that what you mean?
Oh, okay.
Like
Well,
the thank yous and stuff?
Yeah, the thank yous.
Always in a comment.
Just the thank yous in a comment
Uh-huh.
of the or I don't know, I'm confused.
The announcement usually says who the consultants are and who the hosts are.
Mm-hmm.
And up under that, you can comment. And
Okay.
You would always say the person who's ordered's name so that it bolds and it like tags them. And somewhere in that message, you put your hostess name so she sees that you thanked them. And usually she thanks them too.
Okay.
If you'll go back and look, you'll probably see it now that I've told you about it. I think our party that we currently have has 56 comments in it, and it's all thank yous. Or pretty much thank yous.
Okay.
Carla, have I been speaking Chinese, or do you get most of it?
I get it.
Sometimes it's like, sometimes it does seem like somebody's speaking Chinese to you. You might not understand, so please ask. Kathy, how are you?
I'm good. My husband called, so I was talking to him. I'm good. I'm learning, and hopefully I won't have as big of a screw up as I did that first week, because I know with the invites and the links and stuff.
Oh, I don't even remember. And y'all, that's something about me. If you mess up something, I don't even remember it. Like, we're all good. We're going to make mistakes, and we're learning together. So don't ever be like, she's going to hate me. No, I won't. I love all of you. It doesn't matter. Heather,
I'm just trying to get this bridal shower figured out.
Yeah, I like your ideas. I like that. She has a bridal or a bride who's picking out what she would like to have in her home. And then they're making a list, and people are buying off that list instead of going to Bed Bath & Beyond and buying something. They're buying it through Norwex. That's an excellent idea. Sunshine, you on here with us?
I am. I'm muted because I'm still in my pajamas today. I mean, I'm not muted, but I don't have my picture.
That's okay. Is there anything I left out, or you're like, Kim, you so need to clarify that because what you said screwed everybody up?
No, I don't think so. I did send you a message about, I think your VIP page, your post, I think it comes on Tuesdays.
Okay.
That's the only thing. because I have mine set for Tuesdays. I have a reminder for mine to go on Tuesdays. So I'm pretty sure yours comes out on Tuesdays.
Okay, so you
That's-
guys, I
that's
told
the
you
only-
to put it
the
on
only
Wednesday
thing.
or Thursday. Make sure. I mean, Wednesday or Thursday still wouldn't be horrible, but just toward
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah,
give
no,
me-
it's fine.
And did y'all know you can schedule comments on Facebook? Like you don't have to wait till Tuesday or Wednesday and keep it on your calendar. Like, oh, I got to do. You can schedule comments and stuff. I believe you can.
Schedule post. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
For a specific date and time with a picture or whatever you want it to say.
Perfect. Anything else, Rita?
No, I'm good. I mean, I think I learned a lot participating in this one, you know, myself as the actual consultant host or whatever. So,
And you still may have questions after we get going, and that's fine. Or something you think of once we're done. But if that's it, I guess I'm going to say see ya to you guys. I have a 5 o'clock Zoom with our new folks, and I have no agenda. I'm just going to be on there, and we're going to chit chat. So if anybody wants to come to that, we've got about a 20-minute go to the bathroom, get a snack break kind of thing, and then I might see you back on here.
yep, I'll see you there.
Okay. Anybody else got anything before we end? All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.